All right, just a quick video to discuss, are you done with lesson 1? See here on my screen that I am on currently lesson 2. If you follow my cursor here, I'm on lesson 2. The reason I'm on lesson 2 is because I took quiz 1. When you take quiz 1, lesson 1 falls down to the archive and lesson 2 comes up. When I take quiz 2, lesson 2 will go down to the archive and lesson 3 will come up. So you take the quiz to signal that you're done with that lesson. But taking the quiz doesn't guarantee you finished everything in the previous lesson, and that's why I'm going to do this video. I'm going to do this video to kind of double check. Did I do everything in lesson 1? And I'd like you right now, while you're watching this video, to go back and check on your system. Did you finish lesson 1? Of course, what we do is we complete lessons by going left to right. So, video 1. Did you watch all of video 1? Great. There's a part 2 on this one for setting up an outside web host. You should have watched that video too. I don't have any real way to test whether you watch the videos. It's sort of on your honor to watch the videos. But lots and lots of answers are in the videos, so you certainly want to do it. What I really want to talk about here is lecture 1. Did you read lecture 1? And while you're reading lecture 1, did you do what it said? If it asked you to enter some text in a box, did you enter that text? If it asked you to click on a link, did you click on the link? The lectures are meant to be interactive, and please do that interaction while you're reading the lectures. What I really need to focus here on the exercises. Did you finish the exercises? So I'm going to click here on exercise 1. And again, I'm going to split this up into 2 screens. I'm going to put my exercises on one screen, and I'm going to put my lecture on the other screen so I can kind of refer back to it. Now, the number one question to answer yourself is, do I have 2 messages in blue? See this good job, exercise complete, future attempts are not required? That means for exercise 1.1, I have fully completed exercise 1.1. But if you look closely at 1.2, I have not done 1.2. I have 0 attempts on 1.2. I have 0 successes on 1.2. So I have not done 1.2. So what I want you to do is make sure to go back and look at both your exercises in lesson 1 and make sure that you did them both. I'll finish this off fairly quickly here. I need a link. Copy and paste it over. Boom, and this says I want to go to ABC News, so I'll go to ABC News and submit it, and if all goes well, I should see a success. Oof. There it is. I see a success here. If I go back here and hit reload on there, I can see I have 1 attempt and 1 successful completion of it. I just need to do it again. And since it worked kind of good the first time, I will just copy and paste that link, return to the exercise, display it again, paste it again. This time it wants me to go to ESPN, so this time I will link to ESPN. Now, repetition is part of learning. I want you to do these 3 times. It randomly picks a new one every time. Oh, this one's going to a temp link. I want to make sure that I go to a temp link. It randomly picks new function names. It randomly picks new variable sites. And it wants you to do it 3 times at least. There's my second one. I've got my second success. So now it's saying 2 exercises complete, 2 successful. Boom. Here's my 3rd try. Oops, I forgot. So now I'm going to have to go back to the lecture. Get it. Especially early on, these are not meant to be incredibly difficult. It's just meant to practice and getting you used to creating links and creating JavaScripts. So I think I've followed all the directions here, and I'm going to say build my exercise program. Once again, I'll move that to where we can see it. I have my 3rd success. If I go return to exercise here, it now says I'm done on this screen, so I'll close that window. Again, this main exercise screen doesn't reload. automatically I have to hit reload. When it comes to exercises, this is what you want to see. Exercise 1.1 says good job, it's done. Exercise 1.2 says good job, it's done. Woohoo! I'm a happy camper. The exercises are done. You're not really done with lesson 1 until the exercises are done in lesson 1. You're not done with lesson 2 until the exercises in lesson 2 are complete. There we have it. There's our exercises. Let's go look at the next thing we have to deal with. After exercises is lab 1. Did you complete lab 1? Interesting question. Well, on the COC internal web page, I asked you to put a headline and a couple of links on it. So I'm going to go to Show Lab 1 window and pop that up. And I have a couple of things on here. It looks pretty good. I have my confirm link that it asked for. I have my headline, Lab 1 assignment, but I only have one link. I only have one link back to college1.com, so I'm going to add a second link here. And the second link says map to my outside web page. Ooh, so what is my outside web page? I had to reactivate my account because it wasn't working anymore. This website does time you out. If you spend a month and don't do anything on it, it will deactivate your account. So I've reactivated my account, and when I log on, it says my domain name is chrisf@x10hosting.com. So that's not a very interesting web page now, but I do have an address. If I copy and paste the address of my outside web page, I can go in here and replace this second link with a new address. Ooh, I like it. And we'll call the web page, I don't know, Bob's Books, or Chris's Books. So I think I've done all that is required for my internal web page, or my College One web page. I'll upload and display it. I have two links. I've got a jump to College One there, boom, and I have a jump to Chris's Books there. It seems to have jumped to my website, so it's looking okay. I think my internal web page is done. What about this external web page? I'm looking at it over here, and that don't look done to me. Wow. Now, one of the reasons I left it that way is to just reinforce what you have to do in order to modify or update your web page. Now, I've logged on here, and see that C panel? That's my control panel. Let's go to the control panel here on X10 Hosting. And my control panel is going to be add a website. So this is something you may have already done or may not have done. I'm going to build a custom website, I think, here. Oh, and I'm going to give it a name, Chris's Books. There's my domain name. And I'm going to say custom. Oh, I'm going to say add a website. There's that web address that I used. Remember, that's the one you want to use for your link on your internal web page. Here I am. I'm working around X10 Hosting, and let's go to the File Manager and see what I can do. Looks like I'm in my public HTML folder here. So what I'm going to do here is create a new file. And I'm going to call it index.html because that's what I asked for in the lab. If you go back here to the lab screen, I asked on the outside web page that you create two files, an index.html file and a student.js file. So that's what I plan to do, build an index.html file and a student.js. So here's my index.html file. I'll create the new file. And I guess while I'm at it, let's create student.js. Ooh, there we go. I've got two files. I'm going to click on index.html and I just think I'll just edit it. I think it'll pop me up a little text editor and I'm indexing. Boom. I like it. Remember my multiple pages open. I want a header in here, so I'm going to copy this header that I asked for there. I asked for a headline, I believe. Where's my headline? Use a H1 tag with the centering, so I'll copy that. Bring that over, and H1 tag says I want to do this, and I want to do a headline with centered text, and I want to say Chris's books. Well, that's certainly a headline that reads and uses a student.js file. So I think I'm a happy camper at this point. I do want to link back to my web page. So as I recall, we want to go back to the lecture one and build a link back to my website. So after that headline, I will put in a link, and the link I wanted to go to is over here in the lab. I gave you the web address back to your College One web address, so there's my College One web address. So I'll copy there. Alright, so I'm jumping back to my College One web page here. Now, one of the things I'm doing in this HTML, and I am editing HTML here, is I'm using the confirm link function. Now, the confirm link function is going to have to be in the student.js file. So what I need to do is hit a save on this one. Boom. And return back to my control panel, and let's edit my student.js file. I'll edit my student.js file. There it is. And what am I going to do now? Well, a lot of lesson one is finding things in the lecture and stuff for how you want to do it. We want a confirm link function, and there's my confirm link function over there. I'll bring it up here. Now, one thing I could tell you do not do is do not put script tags in here. The script tags are in the index.html file. If you put them in here, you will cause an error. I want pure JavaScript in here. I do not, in the student.js file, do not put script tags. The script tags are in the HTML file. So that's it. I'm going to save it. Whew. So I think I'm close. I think I have the files I need, and I think they're done the way I want it. If you recall, over in the Lab 1, in our college1.com webpage, we put a link to this outside webpage. Now, does this link now work? That is the question. Yes, I want to jump to it. I want to hit reload here. The reload was because I looked at it before. I have to hit reload to see the new thing that I uploaded, and there it is. I've got my outside web page set up. It's Chris's Books. It has a jump back to my College 1 web page. And woo, I made a mistake there. Oh, I've got to go fix a bug. There should be a 190 in there. So anyway, I'll fix that, so hopefully you won't come into it when you log on and do this. I'll fix it right here. CS190, because that's the class we're in. And there it is. There's my internal web page. Voila. I'll go fix that on the screen so you don't run into the same problem I did. And I'm looking pretty good now. There's my external web page. There's my internal web page. I've completed 2 web pages as part of Lab 1. I'm a happy camper. I guess the 1, 2, 3 that you want to double check before you think you're done with a lesson is, did I complete all the exercises in exercise 1? If I did complete them, I would see 2 good jobs right there. Did I do my 2 lab web pages? In this case, we already looked at it. I'm not going to go back and show them again, but I've got an internal web page now at college1.com. I have an external web page. I'm feeling pretty good about both of those web pages. I did Lab 1. And finally, you got to take Quiz 1. Remember, you want to get 5 out of 5. You can take the quiz as many times as you want to get 5 out of 5 high score rules. So there you have it. That's what you got to double check to make sure if you completed lesson 1. Please try and complete lesson 1 and then move on to lesson 2. Lesson 2 is the same thing. You won't be done with lesson 2 until you watch the video, read the lecture. When you're done reading the lecture, do the exercises, and you'll see the good job on both of these. When both of those have a good job in blue, then those exercises are done. In the lab, you will make changes and updates to both web pages. The internal page goes first. Should look something like that when you're done. And then do the external web page. Update both those web pages, and when both those web pages are done, take quiz 2. When you submit quiz 2 and you say I'm done with quiz 2, that's when you'll move on to lesson 3. There you have it. That's my Did I Finish Lesson 1 video. Please keep on working. See you next video. And don't forget, always sign off.